Good morning. My name is Paolo Frankl. I'm the head of the Renewable Energy Division at the International Energy Agency. I would like to emphasize two mega trends that are going on in renewables today. One is tremendous technology progress, in particular for solar PV and wind onshore, which has led to very significant and impressive cost reductions, which make sure that already today and increasingly in the future, wind and solar PV will be among the cheapest options to generate electricity. This is number one. And this trend in our projections will continue in the coming years. The second trend is a geographical shift away from Europe, the OECD, United States, towards emerging economies, in particular towards Asia. This is where the big numbers in deployment of renewables will occur. This is where energy demand is growing the fastest. This is where we observe a lot of progress. Now, what are the implications out of this? Does this mean that we don't need policies anymore because renewables are competitive? Not at all. This would be a mistake. We need policies for a different objective than in the past. In the past, we needed policies to provide direct economic incentives. Now, we need policies to create the right framework to attract investment. This means some kind of long-term price signal to make project bankable. At the same time, combine it with short-term price signals in order to have an economically efficient dispatch of electricity. And third, system integration and creating a level playing field with fossil fuels, notably phasing out fossil fuel subsidies in those countries where they still exist, and have a serious strategy to give clear signals on carbon pricing in the future. This is observation number one. Second is about the portfolio of technologies. We need to expand the portfolio of technologies of renewables. The success story so far has been a success story for solar PV and wind. We need to expand it in the electricity towards solar thermal electricity, wind offshore, maybe marine electricity in the future. But most importantly, we have to expand the focus of attention to heat, both in building and in industry, and to transport. And here I come to Europe. Now, Europe in the past has been a clear leader for renewables. It has paid the bill of technology deployment in the time where renewables were still expensive. We have to make sure that Europe now exploits the renewable options now that they are becoming cheap. In order to do that, the winter package that has been recently announced has a number of good steps and proposals in the right direction, but alone it will not probably enough to attract the level of investment at the necessary pace. We need a broader complementary strategy which is creating more electricity demand, more sector coupling, looking at the increased electrification of the heating and cooling, both in building and in industry, and very much how to decarbonize the transport sector, both with the electrification and with enhanced efforts in advanced biofuels. Now, the second point is to also phase out the oversupply in some countries, and I'm referring here phasing out old coal capacity that are not in line with the long-term decarbonization strategy of the European Union. We have to make sure that the investments are attracted in an environment which still has low average electricity prices and very low carbon prices. And for that, a clear strategy is needed. Europe has all the resources, human, industrial, energy skills to continue to be a leader in the renewable sector, but it will have to implement a clear strategy. Otherwise, just hoping that the market forces will make it just alone, it is not realistic, and we will need more policy efforts in strategic terms. Thank you very much.